Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Raine Plays. Today we are back in the Arts Quarter, but we're at Hakim house. Anyway, this is apartment 122. There's only two apartments here, this one and an occupied one. And I think I mentioned before that it's a young family with a little girl, and the little girl has no filter and likes to barge in on other people's in their apartments. So I had these two pop up in cast, and I was in such a cruddy mood yesterday after that Twitch test that I didn't even bother with them. I just left them the way they were. I'm like, you know what? If EA wants to make idiotic, asinine-looking Sims, then let them. I don't care. Who's that? How was that pissy? But I did end up going back. I'm like, it's not their fault I'm in a bad mood. So I went back in cast and I switched them up. You'll see that at the end. But I gave both of these ladies the hates kids or hates children trait. Just because of that little girl. I hope they give the little girl a really hard time. I just don't like that. I'm sorry. That just kills me. You're going to give a child the authority and the ability to just barge into other people's, I don't know. That drives me nuts. The entitlement crapola, you know? It just smacks of that, and that's why I get outraged. I liked this apartment a lot. I think it has I keep wanting to say fantastic view, but they're really not looking out at much. But it's got a wonderful wall of windows. And I've mentioned this before several times now. Wow, everybody's using that rug. That rug was in that house, I think. Anyway, getting off track all the time. I build a round view, and this apartment had a great wall of windows, so I wanted to keep that open. I didn't want to put any walls up. I didn't want to give any rooms to that part of the house. But sadly, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I demolish what's there. I get rid of the floor print, and then I go right back and I put everything back the way it was. I don't know why I keep doing this. Oh, and this was another one of those historical apartments, so you can't get rid of those stupid plaques. This one had 3 instead of just 1. But I hid them as best I could. But I thought this was a nice place. It's just on the other side of the last apartment we were in, and then it's 2 doors from that art gallery. I went in there, and sure enough, it's just like the one from Oasis Springs. It's got a couple things on the first floor, like 2 statues and a picture, and then that's it. But there is like an area on the second floor where you can go in and craft items. And then the third floor as well, you can do paintings and something else. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it's a pretty boring, as far as calling it a gallery, it's more like what would you call it, a civic center? Where the public just goes in and helps themselves. You know, crafts corner or whatever. It's not a gallery. I don't think EA knows what a gallery is. None of them have probably ever even been in one, because they never get it right. What else? Oh yeah. I was talking about getting into Twitch because I had watched one of my favorite YouTubers play a round of The Sims on Twitch, and he wanted to make himself in cast, but I don't think he got it quite right. Anyway, one of the commenters, before he was getting ready to build the house, he moved into the desert. Anyway, one of the commenters had said, please, please don't put the bathroom next to the kitchen. And it just struck me. It's like, I always think that myself because our house does that. I mean, the bathroom's right in the kitchen. And every house you go to in this neighborhood, actually in this entire city, they're all like that. The bath, well, it's a half bath, okay? The bigger bath is in the back with the bedrooms, but there's a half bath right off the kitchen. And I always thought that was gross. And yet when I do The Sims, I notice that I do that too. But the point I'm trying to make is, again, as with view, I'm also thinking sim need. Especially when they come home from work and all of their needs are down. The minute they walk in that door, the first thing you want them to do is to be able to go pee and eat. And if not that, sleep. Those are the three things you need closest to wherever, they're going to be entering. So I think that's why I do that. But I know it does upset me too, and yet I do it. It's weird. And it took that comment to make me realize, why do you do that? You know you don't like it, and yet you do it anyway. Dumb stuff like that, like always. I know we haven't gotten there yet, but not really. Gosh, that sounded like I was over the moon about it, and I wasn't. But I like the way the kitchen cupboards came out. I did this at night, so again, I had that dimmer thing on, so I couldn't quite tell I couldn't quite tell the color. And it turned out to be pink. But I didn't mind it, because the cupboards that you get with kitchen, gosh, I'm never going to remember. It's just kitchen stuff, right? Is that the name of it? Kitchen something. Okay, I don't know that it matters, but the covers that you get with that, for me, they're just too bright. There's a light in them. Cool kitchen. Okay, it's called Cool Kitchen. But there's a light in those cupboards, and when you line them up on the wall, it's just in your face, super bright. And I just don't care for it. So I thought I'd mix and match. And these doors as well. I didn't care. These guys I forgot to mention that. These guys are artsy. The redhead is painting. And the brunette, who I ended up looking like Cher, completely unintentional. I just gave her a makeover. I tried to match hair to face, and that's what she got. But anyway, she's musical. So I kind of funked up the place, I guess. Yeah, see, it turned out to be pink. But pink goes well with that light brown color. I don't mind that. But yeah, I kind of splattered color throughout because they are on the artsy side. But they're living in the arts quarter, so I guess that would go. Does anybody else notice the limited limitations of doing that choose your story in CAS? It seems like no matter what I choose, no matter what answers, I get one of two people, a super artsy outdoor lover or an absolute bastard who just is maniacal and wants to kill every sim that comes into their existence. Those are the only two choices I ever get. Complete opposite spectrum sims. It's like, isn't there any happy medium here? Does it always have to be the same thing? And I guess it can't be, because they're asking you the same questions. And those questions are leading anyway. It's just, again, another good idea gone bad because they just didn't get it right. So I really don't do that create a story and it create a sim. Is that what it's called? I don't. Me and names. I don't even know why I bother anymore. I'm just going to call it what I think it is and not sit there and speculate anymore because I never get it right anyhow. Oh, okay, that's it. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.